Welcome to Dice Mythos, your home for deep dive storytelling and rich cinematic explorations of World of Darkness lore. If you love Vampire the Masquerade, Hunter the Reckoning, Werewolf the Apocalypse, or any corner of the shadows where monsters whisper and mortals fight back, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're unraveling one of the most fascinating and secretive organizations in Hunter the Reckoning, the Orpheus Group. From their mysterious origins in experimental cryogenics to their role as one of the most influential and quietly powerful forces in the modern hunter landscape, we'll peel back the layers of conspiracy, science, death, and corporate ambition that define their story. It all began in 1986 when two visionaries, Anne Del Greco and Bob Jackson, founded JDG Cryogenics. Their idea was simple: freeze terminally ill clients and revive them when treatments existed. With the financial backing of a wealthy patient named Jane Kennedy, they froze and successfully revived several clients. But Kennedy returned with a wild claim. During her frozen stasis, she had floated outside her body, overheard conversations in supposedly secure rooms, and chatted with ghosts. Other revived clients reported similar experiences. Suddenly, the founders realized they were sitting on something much bigger than medical technology. By 1994, they rebranded as the Orpheus Group and shifted focus to projection, sending human consciousness out of the body and into the spirit world. To make that possible, they experimented with a drug derived from a rare plant, refined by company botanist Dr. Amowers Katlilian. This compound, known later as Pigment, could temporarily eject a person's soul without killing them. Orpheus needed test subjects, and through contacts at the National Security Agency, they gained access to death row inmates at Marion Federal Penitentiary. 12 prisoners volunteered with the hope of commuting their sentences. Among them was a charismatic poisoner named Uriah Bishop, who claimed to see dark specters around the prison. Unknown to the Orpheus scientists, Bishop struck a deal with one of those malevolent spirits. The experiments were brutal. Inmates were given pigment and other drugs, strapped into high-tech cradles, shocked until their hearts stopped, frozen solid, and then revived. The process worked. Bishop found he could roam as a ghost and return to his body, and soon all 12 inmates, nicknamed the Flatliners, had done the same. But the prisoners realized that Orpheus and the NSA would profit from the pain they endured. Bishop convinced them to abandon their bodies altogether and flee as spirits. One night, all 12 volunteers slipped free and refused to return. In a desperate attempt to bring them back, Orpheus staff mutilated their bodies and then torched the death row wing, destroying any evidence. The Flatliners became free-roaming ghosts, and Project Flatline was buried under government secrecy. Not long after, Bob Jackson died suddenly, fueling rumors of a cover-up. The NSA quietly used Orpheus's research to build its own ghost soldier program. In spite of the scandal, Orpheus went public in 1996 and began selling its projection services. Their core technology was the Orpheus Pod, a cradle that allowed employees, called projectionists, to separate their consciousness and explore a spiritual shadow of the real world. These projectionists investigated hauntings, conducted seances, soothed angry ghosts, and even accepted assassination contracts, euphemistically labeled wet work. Each job was a chance to learn more about the dead and refine their techniques. Orpheus also refined Pigment and used it to assist special agents known as skimmers, even though the drug was addictive and dangerous. Clients were mainly wealthy individuals, corporations, or government agencies looking for discreet solutions to supernatural problems. The company's headquarters was a modest two-story building with extensive subterranean facilities. And although the exact location was kept vague in the original game line, Hunter the Reckoning later placed it in New York State. Life inside Orpheus was strange. The company had around 40 employees, mostly support staff to keep the projectionist bodies safe while their spirits wandered. Projectionists were part hacker, part thrill-seeker, often torn between helping ghosts and the voyeuristic allure of exploring an unseen world. They grew exhausted by long separations from their bodies. The group's refined Pigment allowed amateurs to see and interact with ghosts, which meant street gangs and cults began using tainted batches. The specters behind Pigment's creation ensured that addiction and death on the streets produced more restless spirits. Orpheus wasn't alone. Two major rivals competed in the projection market. Terrell and Squibb, founded by financier John Terrell and biochemist Lionel Squibb, sold pharmaceutical miracles and ghost removal services. Unknown to the public, Squibb had been overtaken by a specter loyal to an ancient evil called Grandmother, turning the company into the main manufacturer of Pigment and a hub for distributing the drug through cults and gangs. Nextworld masqueraded as a private security firm, hiring ex-military and intelligence operatives and taking any job: bodyguards, assassinations, industrial espionage. Nextworld's readiness to cross moral lines contrasted sharply with Orpheus's professional facade. Their outdated technology and dangerous missions resulted in a staggering death toll. In the original Orpheus metaplot, this deadly corporate rivalry ended badly for Orpheus. Uriah Bishop, now leading a cult called Missionary Works of the Holy Ghost and serving Grandmother, manipulated Nextworld into attacking Orpheus. The assault was devastating. Nextworld's mercenaries slaughtered Orpheus' staff and blew up the headquarters. Spectres moved in to eliminate survivors. The NSA seized the chaos as cover to hire specialist hunters known as death merchants to burn Orpheus's data and erase evidence of governmental involvement. Survivors fled underground, and a small band formed a successor group called Lazarus Redux, continuing projection work and opposing the spread of Pigment and Grandmother's influence. That story dovetailed into Wraith, the Oblivion's sixth great maelstrom, closing out the Orpheus game line as a self-contained narrative. But Hunter the Reckoning's latest edition rewrites the ending. Rather than being wiped out, Orpheus survives into the 2020s. In this new timeline, it remains a small yet respected corporate organization. Lazarus Redux exists, but as a secret project within Orpheus rather than a separate splinter group, their projection technology, methods, and corporate culture remained largely unchanged from the early 2000s, and they continue to sell services to wealthy clients. From a hunter's perspective, the Orpheus Group isn't a creed-driven cell of righteous crusaders, it's an academic corporation, studying and exploiting the supernatural for profit. Hunters often see them as opportunists who may be useful allies or dangerous rivals. If a hunter cell needs information about a haunting, Orpheus can provide expertise. But when Orpheus agents use Pigment or employ ghosts to spy and assassinate, ethical hunters might find themselves at odds with this morally gray organization. The Orpheus Group's saga is a cautionary tale about what happens when science, corporate ambition, and the spirit world collide. Born from cryonics, it pioneered soul projection, accidentally unleashed Pigment and the Flatliners, and became entangled with conspiracies and specters. Whether destroyed and rebuilt in secret or thriving openly in the modern era, Orpheus continues to shape the way mortals interact with the dead in the world of darkness. It's a testament to how human curiosity and greed can turn the boundary between life and death into a business. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Orpheus and the strange corporate side of the world of darkness, please like this video, subscribe for more explorations of supernatural lore, and let me know in the comments what other stories from Hunter the Reckoning or Vampire the Masquerade you'd like me to tackle next.